So I've just found out something kind of interesting, that even in places where they haven't had rain for a while, or they might be in drought or something like that, and they need rain, when it comes, the dams and the creeks might not necessarily fill up. And that's because the ground is so dry. I'll explain how that works in a minute, but to give you some idea, in West Victoria right now, they've had 2 years of very dry summers and failed autumns. And so they've now had quite a bit of rain in July, but the dams aren't rising, and the experts say it's because the ground itself is too dry for the water to raise the levels. It's essentially, the best way to describe it, the ground is like a sponge, and when it's bone dry it absorbs all this rainwater before it can run off and flow into dams and creeks. Dr. Kenan Fowler from Melbourne University said just because it rains, it doesn't mean that you get stream flow, and it depends on how dry the soil already is. Apparently the water table in parts of Western Victoria has actually been dropping for decades, and since the millennium drought, catchments now deliver less runoff from the same amount of rain, so less water going into these dams, right? And it seems that this is happening all over the country as well. I found another article that was using southern Queensland as an example from 2020, New South Wales. It seems that it kind of happens everywhere. Back to West Vic though, some farmers have some water, but their dams haven't been refilled. A farmer called Brad Collins from a little town of Dixie said that they'll need more rain through spring if they're going to survive the next 8 to 12 months. Other farmers in the area have destocked their herds, so gotten rid of cows, for example. They've cut back on water use, although in one kind of positive spin, because the dams have been lower, it means, so they've been able to clean out the dams, which means that when the water levels hopefully do go back up, they'll be able to contain more water in their dams. But lots of rain is needed to fill these dams, right? According to Agriculture Victoria, even in an average year, plenty of rain is required to fill farm dams. The rate of runoff varies from around 5 to 10% of annual rainfall, and the location, the climate, the soil type, and the ground all, impact that figure. To get the soil to a level where there is runoff, you need over 200 millimeters of rainfall before they even stop absorbing, or some runoff happens into these dams. And then for a standard 1 megaliter dam, you need about 5 to 10 hectares of catchment. So that's 5 to 10 hectares of land that needs to be wet enough before it even starts to let water run off into it. So farmers are being urged to create water budgets, build these things called contour banks, which is kind of earth ridges that then hopefully encourage some more water flow. And it seems that there's also workshops and stuff being run by Agriculture Victoria to help, essentially. But at the end of the day, it really seems that it's climate change that's making this stuff worse. Warmer temperatures are making drier soils, which means less runoff from the same amount of rain. So even in big floods like they had in 2010, those weren't enough to reset the land's ability to hold water. Brad Collins, the farmer from Dixie, says that 4 to 6 weeks of decent rain could give them some breathing room, but it's not enough for them to catch up financially. It may be enough to feed their cows without having to buy extra feed.